I'm Jim Gooch, and I chair the Natural Resources and Energy Committee. And I've been actually on that committee since I came to Frankfort in 1995. I'm starting my 25th year as chairman of that committee. And I represent in West Kentucky the counties of McLean, Webster, Crittenden, and Union. My father had a steel fabrication business that built the world's largest dragline. And a lot of you may not know what a dragline is, but it's a big piece of equipment that strips coal, and our company actually built the largest one in the world. There's never been a larger one since that time. And of course, I worked for 2 years as an underground coal miner when I got out of college at Western. And so I understand the people that do the very important job, the very dangerous job, and the very dirty job of mining our coal. And I know how important they are because I've been there. I've been one of them. And so I certainly wanted to make sure that I was in a position in Frankfort to help in those areas. We regulate all types of utilities, all types of mining, and those sort of things. But one of the things that I think is really coming to the forefront, not only in Kentucky, but nationally, I have been here, as I said, I'm starting my 29th year. And when I came, Kentucky was, we got about 93% of our electricity from coal. It was something that we had that was available to us. It was very affordable. And because of that, we had some of the cheapest utility rates in the nation. But what's happening is that Washington, D.C. are trying to limit our choices and actually tell us what type of utilities that they want us to have. And we've never in Kentucky had any problem with brownouts or whatever, or cutting people's power off without some type of emergency. But we just saw that in December, where utilities actually cut off people's power in an effort so the entire grid didn't go down. And one of the questions that a lot of us have is, we are no longer 93% of our electricity coming from coal. It's about 69%. And the closure of some of the coal plants that have happened, I'm going to bring the utility companies in and ask them, did the closures that you've made up to now in this huge push to pretty much intermittent, unreliable renewable energy, did that have something to do with why you were having to cut people's utility rates off? And it's a very important question. If we had to cut people off or the grid goes down in extreme weather conditions like extreme cold or extreme heat, people could die. And so, we've got to do everything we can to maintain reliability. And reliability and resiliency are two terms that I want people to be familiar with. And reliability is just simply the ability to generate and dispatch electricity when it is needed. You can generate a lot of really cheap wind and solar power at times when you don't need them, but they really don't do you any good, especially if you don't have some way to store that. And battery storage is not really readily available. It's very expensive, and what we have doesn't store for very long. So you've got to be able to store that electricity to a later time when you really need it. Until that happens, we have to make sure that we are not closing down our base load generators, whether that be coal, whether that be nuclear, whether that be natural gas or whatever. Well, I look forward to continue to chair the committee, Natural Resources and Energy, and I encourage people back home to watch our committee meetings. Most of them are online. Of course, the bills that come before our committee are available to the public as well. And keep up with what's going on, because these issues can really affect you. They affect the affordability of your electricity rates. They can affect the reliability and the availability of your utility rates. And I encourage citizens to be up on the issues that we're facing and to give us your input, because we represent you, and I certainly want to invite your input, and I look forward to continuing serving as your representative in Frankfort. Thank you so much.